Alright, y'all, we're going to get right into this banner tutorial. So I just wanted to cover a few things before I jump into the actual tutorial. So as you can see, I do have the correct YouTube banner size. So when you go into Canva, you just want to type in the search bar YouTube banner, and you want to make sure you click the file size that is 2560 pixels by 1440 pixels. Now, we do have this larger square here. You can go ahead if you wanted to fill up this whole entire background. But just know that on certain devices, everything won't show. And that's something that I had to also learn making these banners, that if you use a TV, this whole entire banner, your whole entire banner will show. So you can go ahead and fill up the background if you want. But on a desktop or laptop and phone, it's different. So you want to make sure your main information and what you want to be seen is put directly into the center here. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So I just have it pulled up on my channel just as an example. So as you can see, it says viewable on TV. I'm just going to highlight that, and clearly you can see the whole entire banner here. But viewable on desktop, you'll see this whole entire middle section cut out. Here, that's why we want to make sure we have that middle section perfectly sized. And then for mobile, well, I meant to view on all devices, this is what you'll see. So you will only get that small section, center section, that will be shown across all devices. So that's what I mean when I say you want to make sure you have everything that you want shown right into this highlighted section here. So that will be your name, any photos, any of your channel niches. If you want to add your socials, that's what you would put right into this section here. Because as you can see, different views cut off different things or show, the full screen. So like I said, viewable on desktop. So if somebody's seeing your banner on their desktop or laptop, they will see this whole entire strip. And if they're viewing it on the TV, they will completely see the whole entire banner. So that's why I said you can go ahead and fill up your whole entire banner and make sure that all your important info is in the center. That's fine, but just know that a lot of it will be cut off when it comes to viewing across different devices. Alright, so now I'm back to our tutorial. I'm just going to go ahead and add a page on this same screen so I don't have to make a brand new document. Okay, so we're starting with the white background, but I'm going to go into elements and choose my recently used, and this was the background that I've chose. What I searched was like brown silk or brown satin, and I found this background that I like. So I'm just going to show you when I click on these three dots. This is the name of the image that I have, so you can go ahead and type that in if you wanted to find the same one. And then you can also scroll down to view collection, and it just shows you different colors of this and different styles made by the same person. So as you can see, they have a lot of pretty colors and designs and different satin swirls and things like that. So you may find something else that you like, and this is a pro background, but I am going to show you some free ones really quickly. So I'm just going to go here and type in silk background, and you can either view graphics, but I like the way photos look better, and I'm just going to make sure I check off free so it can show all the free options. So as you can see, we do have, a lot of free options to choose from. Like this one is really pretty and simple. This one is really pretty and simple. So yeah, you just find the one that you like. And to find what you want, it is important to put in very specific keywords into Canva to do that. Okay. So now that we have our background, I'm going to go up here to transparency, And I'm going to lower the transparency into 71 because that's what we did in the original. And now we're ready to go ahead and add our section in the middle. So I'm going to show you how I made sure that I had the correct sizing. So I just want to design, sorry, and this is where you'll see like different templates and things for YouTube banners, and you can scroll through and maybe you can find a template that you like and use that to, you know, make your banner. So this first one here, let me just add a page so I can show you what I did. This one that came up, I just looked until I found one that had the perfect cutout middle section, so I knew it was sized correctly. And I just copied this and I pasted it onto my banner. So we're going to change the color to white. And now we're going to go ahead and add in our photos. So as you can see here, these are the photos I used. This first one, I'm going to click on View Collection. Now this is pro stock images, but obviously you'll be using your own images to make your own template, so you don't have to worry about this being pro images. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one, and we use 5 of these. So I'm just going to play with the sizing until I get it how I need to. So as you can see, when you drag it out, it goes over that line. We just want to adjust it by dragging it up so it cuts off some of this photo because we don't need that anyway. So you can see I'm just kind of readjusting. So you might have to play with this a few times until you get your images to fit in the frame correctly. You just want to make sure you completely cover up this white strip here. Okay, so that's how it was in the original, with the 5th one kind of being cut off a little bit, but I don't mind that. If you wanted the scene for this photo, you would just make it bigger and adjust it there. So now we're going to go back to our background that we used. So I'm going to go back into my elements and go into my recently used, and I'm going to bring that background up again. And just a tip, you want to make sure that if you're using a layer as an overlay to go over any of your elements or photos, you want to make sure that you can adjust your elements always. So as you can see, I have these white tabs here on the sides and at the bottom and the top as well. And that's what we want to make sure that it is appropriately sized and to fit what we need it to fit, and it shows what we want it to show. So I'm just going ahead and making sure I match this image with the background. So I'm just looking for that line to continue here so it can just be flow really well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stretch it. We'll fix it in a minute. Again, there we go. So as you can see, that line from the background continues on into our layer, and that's what I was looking for. So the line starts from here and goes all the way until the end corner of our banner. So now we're just going to adjust the transparency. You can play with it and adjust it to your liking. Let me just see what I did on the first one. Okay, so that was 61, and this is why I like to have my original set, because I can make sure that I am not missing or forgetting anything. Okay, so now that we have our transparency set over our images and everything, this like silk line like flows properly how I want it, we're going to go ahead and add our text, and we're going to click on T on our laptop. So the text that I used was Anton, and that came right up. And I'm just going to type in Shayla's channel. And we want to make sure that it's centered. So you can make sure it's centered 2 ways. It'll have the line going down the middle and going across. So vertically and horizontally, these lines will meet and they will be purple. Or you can go up here to position, make sure you have arranged, and click center. And if center is dark, then that means that it's not centered. But if it's blocked off like this and you can't click on it, then obviously that means it's appropriately centered. So just make sure I've had the right sizing. So we're going to decrease this sizing, and it's important just to, oh, actually the size is correct. It's important to, make sure that you size your text that you want correctly so you have enough room to include everything in this middle section. Okay, so now I'm going back to elements, and this time I'm going to lines and shapes. And this second shape is what I'm going to be using. So we're just going to go ahead and move it down, make this smaller. And you can size this however you want. Let's stretch it out. And again, I'm just referring back to the original, just to make sure that I am sizing everything right. Okay, that's about fine. Now we just want to turn it to light. And we're going to go ahead and add our channel leashes. So I'm just going to type T on my computer. Change the font to Glacial Indifference. I'm going to increase the some. And I'm just going to go ahead and add in those niches. And I'm going to do this in all caps. Let me move it down so you can see what I'm doing. Lifestyle, I'm going to just add like a little line break here. We're going to go a little bit bigger on the text so it fills up a little bit more space. And I'm going to go to position and center it. Alright, that's good. I'm going to click up here on text color. And I'm just going to change it to this brown. Oops. Sometimes you just have to click a few times to get it changed. Okay. And just checking back to our original, we want to make sure everything matches up correctly. I think this is a little bit smaller, but so that's good. Alright, just want to make sure it's still centered. Want to make sure our shape is centered. Just double check and make sure everything is centered. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our photo on top. And I'm going to go back to my elements and recently used. And I'm using this image, but we're going to flip it. So as you can see, this is facing to the left. We want to flip this image to the right. So you just want to highlight your image, go up to the top and click flip, and flip horizontal. So there we have it. Now we're just going to go and shrink this down until it fits how we want it to fit. Okay, so before we finish, we want to go into edit image and go to background remover. As I always say, you don't need Canva Pro to remove the background from your images. You can just Google free background remover and upload your picture, remove your background, and then download it to your device and re-upload it into Canva, and then you'll be good to go. That way you don't have to get Canva Pro. So as you can see, let's just give it a few seconds for the image. There you go. So sometimes you want to make sure you wait before you start to add edits to your photos once you remove that background, because it takes a minute to clear up and look how it should. So we're going to shrink this. Now, as I said, if you wanted to keep this size or make it even bigger, you can do that, but it will be cut off across certain devices. So we just want to shrink this until it fits right into this cutout section here, because we don't want it to be cut off because it won't look the best. Alright, that's good. I'm going to go to edit image again, and this time I'm clicking on shadows. Going to go to glow. I'm going to click on glow again, and I want to keep this outline as black, so I'm not going to change it, but I am going to show you that you can change the outline to fit whatever color you want. But we're just going to keep it black. I'm going to increase the sizing a little bit. Alright, I think that's good. And the transparency, just going to increase that a little bit as well. Yeah, I kind of like the way it looks. Again, you can just play around with it until you get your image to look how you want. So yeah, this is a very quick, there we go. So sometimes it adjusts and pops into the wrong spot, so just make sure you move it around. And as you can see, let's wait for a few seconds for it to clear up and smooth out the image quality, because it's looking a little grainy. There we go. But now this shadow is kind of overlapping the bottom a little bit, so we're just going to drag it up and cut that off so that can't be seen and we don't have any harsh lines showing. So yeah, that's how you want to make sure you do your banner. Like I said, let's go back to YouTube and look it over. So this is viewable on all devices. This blue section highlighted here, this is what will be shown across all devices. This is what's viewable on desktop or laptop, I believe. This whole blue highlighted section here, and then this is what's viewable on TV. So this whole entire section here. So like I mentioned in the beginning, you can go ahead and fill up this whole entire background. Just make sure all of your important information is in the center, and whatever is being cut off on different devices, it looks good and doesn't look, choppy or not a clean design that reflects how you want it to look for your channel. So after you're done with making your banner and make sure you have everything good to go, you'll go up to share, you'll click on download, and you'll just go ahead and download this as a PNG. So yeah, you would just do your, obviously you would have one page, so you would just check off one page, click done and download, and then you'll go ahead and upload it into your YouTube. So this is a really simple banner tutorial. Let me know if you guys want to see more banner tutorials in Canva. Just let me know down below. I really hope this was helpful to you all. As always, if you have any more questions, you need help with something, just please leave me a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer that for you. I hope you like this video, and like, comment, and subscribe, and join the family. I'll be back soon with another one. Thank you all for watching.